seeing past others' faults because you know have faults of your own. And everybody makes mistakes, so you're just gonna let it go.
He is jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me.
So I believe forgiveness is finding peace with yourself and peace with whatever situation you've gotten yourself into or been a part of that has made you feel uncomfortable or anxious or nervous or angry with life, and just trusting God and trusting that everything's going to work
Kind
out.
of use forgiveness as letting go of things that shouldn't be held on to. Kind of just taking weight off your shoulders, so to speak.
This is letting go of a burden that you have in your heart and just freeing yourself from it.
He is jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. And oh, how he loves us all. Oh, how he loves us, how he loves us all. So heaven meets earth like an unforeseen kiss, and my heart turns violently inside of my chest. I don't have time to maintain these regrets when I think about the way that he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves.
Forgiveness to me is the extension of grace to another human being who has wronged you or who you have perceived has wronged you. And the intention of it is not only for that relationship to be able to be reestablished, it's just as important for the person who does the forgiving as for the person who gets forgiven. So it's an essential part of who we are as human beings.
Forgiveness to me is just being forgiving for those who do something wrong to you or do something wrong to another person or thing. It could be an animal. And it's important to me because you have to forgive people for stuff that they do wrong, even if they make you mad or not.
Loves us, oh, how he loves.
Two definitions, in my opinion. Forgiveness, like you forgive somebody for just you stepped on your toe or something like that. Very simple forgiveness. Oh, you you have to forgive a situation for you to be able to move on. That's
Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves.
I'd have to say definition of forgiveness would be being able to let go of someone's past mistakes and move on and try to give them second chances.
The definition of forgiveness is to let go of any sort of hard feeling that you have and kind of release it so that it doesn't bother you anymore, and so that you can make peace with anyone and anything that you might have had an issue with.
Here I am, Lord, and I'm drowning in your sea of forgetfulness. The chains of yesterday surround me. I yearn for peace and rest. I don't want to end up where you found me. And it echoes in my mind, keeps me awake tonight. I know you've cast my sins as far as the east is from the west, and I stand before you now as though I've never sinned. And today I feel like I'm just one mistake away from you leaving me this way. Jesus, can you show me just how far the east is from the west? I can't bear to see the man I've been rising up in me again. In the arms of your mercy I find rest. 'Cause you know just how far the east is from the west, from one scarred hand to the other. Start the day the war begins, and reminding of my sin time and time again. The truth is drowned out by the storm I'm in. Today I feel like I'm just one mistake away from you leaving me this way. Jesus, can you show me just how far the east is from the west? 'Cause I can't bear to see the man I've been rising up in me again. In the arms of your mercy I find rest. 'Cause you know just how far the east is from the west, from one scarred hand to the other. I know you wash me white, turn my darkness into light. I need your peace to get me through this night. I can't live by what I feel, and the truth your word reveals. I'm not holding on to you, but you're holding on to me. You're holding on to me. Jesus, you know just how far the east is from the west. I can't bear to see the man I've been rising up in me again. In the arms of your mercy I find rest. You know just how far the east is from the west, from one scarred hand to the other.
For me, with forgiveness, in the past, I've always had like issues with almost forgiving people too early in the stages of it. I think what I struggled with was actually trusting in myself and giving myself confidence and faith in what I need to believe in, rather than a lot of times I got caught up in making that other person happy, whereas I really think that I need to kind of see things from both sides of the aspect and sit back and actually look at the situation and then kind of go from there. And that's really important with forgiveness, I think.
I think forgiveness is letting go of the pain of the past and maybe reconciling with that person. I learned in this class that forgiving does sometimes mean forgetting, and that moving on sometimes is with that person, and sometimes it's not. And I never knew that, and I think the other thing that I learned was that we need to forgive ourselves. I think we look past that a lot, and to move on into the future, I think we need to pray about it, and I think that we need to forgive ourselves and try to forgive others as much as possible.